In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the best LEGO Atlantis MOCs of all time, starting with this build right here. These builds are all taken from the Brothers Brick website, where we were looking at all the ones tagged with Atlantis. Let's hop right into it. Firstly, we have this squid above some sort of ruins. I think it's a very interesting build, and I particularly like the photography of it. Here we've got a lot of these plant and elephant trunk pieces, as well as these tree trunk sort of branch pieces used to create the tentacles, sweeping around and encircling this minifigure. For the head, we've got a lot of these curved tiles and some sort of eyepiece with these neon green tiles lining the sides. Underneath, we have a lot of horn pieces connected in some way that I can't quite make out, but it works very well. Down below, we have a lot of these Atlantis minifigures, including sea creatures like this octopus person, as well as scuba divers. The base is a free-form base, and it looks like a sort of oval shape, with snot techniques attaching these side panels onto the tiled floor. These glow-in-the-dark crown pieces and green sausages make for some good foliage, as well as these purple flowers stacked up. For the ruins itself, we've got a lot of dark bluish grey with some olive green pieces in there. It works quite well, but I think it would look better if some of these curves and neat shapes were broken up a bit to show the ruined effect of the build. We've got a few more photos of some of the minifigures, including this shark here, and we can get a better look at those sausage pieces used for the seagrass. And moving on to a build that we haven't covered yet on this channel is this very interesting, what looks like a space-themed submarine. There are a few things I want to point out here. Firstly, I like how they've incorporated these animal elements into a mechanical build, like the eyes and tentacles, which seem to be some sort of cuttlefish or underwater creature. We've got this transparent green dome filled with the white ice cream pieces that are commonly used for smoke, and then we've got the classic space logo on what looks like part of a classic spaceship with the yellow astronaut inside. I'm not a big fan of the color scheme of this build or the shaping, but I think it's interesting that it was included in this list as a mix between Atlantis and neoclassic space. Next, we have what looks like Poseidon or some sort of underwater figure riding on a seahorse. The thing I wanted to point out here are these fins. We've got gold katanas for the spines with a white cape as the frills that connect them. To get this curved shape, we've got a red sausage with these pieces clipped on. Down below, we've got some fish and what looks like a unikitty tail for the end of the seahorse's tail. We've also got this well-built jellyfish using some red horn pieces, and a fish using a green flipper on its side. Moving on, we have what's called the Royal Navy Octonaut. I think this build is a pretty good one, and I particularly like how they've built up the coral reef. You can see they've got these kind of pillars here that look like the classic Atlantis architecture, similar to ancient Greece, and fish clipped on with these sideways clips on snot techniques. It is slightly annoying how that plate is not pushed down all the way, but I'm sure that was intentional. We've got a jellyfish over here with one of those, I believe they are fairly new pieces from the Dreams, and then a classic water piece underneath. We've got a statue holding a spear, more fish, in all different sorts of colors of hair like this mohawk, ice creams like these lime green ones here, and these silver gemstone pieces, as well as these rolling cleaner pieces from city sets that we can see as coral all over the build. The mech itself is also pretty good, with some tires used as the weights that keep it on the sea floor. And a crab finishes off the build. Moving on, we have another large octopus. This one looks particularly good and particularly lifelike, and I think it's because of the way they've used the tires. These tentacles are most likely constructed with a flex tube or a few flex tubes running through them, and these tires have all been threaded on. I think it works really well, but it definitely would have taken a lot of tires to achieve this. For the eyes, we've got what looks like inside out tires with these patterned dome pieces squished into them. And I think this technique is continued for the body with the tires turned inside out. They haven't really left many gaps and they've filled in most of it, and I think it looks quite good. I'm just not sure how legal this building technique is, not that that really matters. Next we have a small build. We can see an interesting technique for seaweed here where they've just stacked up the old plant stem pieces, but a highlight of this build is the jellyfish in the background, using those rounded 2x2 circular pieces with some horns inserted into the open studs, with a micro scale red submarine finishing off the build and this video where they've used a visor and oxygen tank as the main cockpit. It works really well. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Please note the translucent minifigure pirate hooks used here as blasters, and of course I'll see you next time.